The mind can be our best friend or our worst enemy. Mastering this art of keeping our mind focused on one idea is often a challenge. The main problem with meditation, which we all face one time or the other, the biggest problem, people often complain about thoughts during meditation. Thoughts are always arising in the mind, and this becomes very noticeable during meditation. My guide used to say, just as eyes are to see, ears are to hear, nose is to smell, tongue is to taste, and so is mind to think. So when we try to suppress that very nature of mind, which is to think, we are going against nature. Then what is the solution? Solution is this. We need to regulate the mind. We need to train our mind in such a way so that it rests on those ideas, those thoughts, those subjectivity, so that we can dive deeper into those subjects only without being deviated into others. When thoughts do arise, instead of fighting with them, instead of struggling, it would be nice if we gently remind ourselves that I am meditating on the divine light present in my heart. If you go on paying attention to thoughts like the way you would pay attention to a barking dog, it's not going to help us. We have to keep on moving gently and softly. We have to understand why thoughts come during meditation, especially. You see, it is not that we were not thinking other times or thoughts were not coming during other moments. They are always there. But during meditation, we become cognizant of it. Secondly, when the thoughts are there during other activities, they come, but we are busy doing so many other things. We are watching things and not paying attention to inner consciousness. So, thoughts, though they do arise, but they go unnoticed in our conscious mind. Now, when we meditate, now you're face to face with your own consciousness. Your mirror, you're looking at yourself, and it's difficult to evade from this, especially during meditation. And all kinds of thoughts would come, especially negative thoughts, something that you did wrongly, or something that makes you feel ashamed, sometimes guilty. Very rarely, some noble thoughts may arise. But whatever be the thoughts, good or bad, any distraction, disturbs our meditation. So we have to train the mind so that it becomes an instrument for our evolution. The mind can be our best friend or our worst enemy. Mastering this art of keeping our mind focused on one idea is often a challenge. When these thoughts disturb us too much, when it becomes overwhelming, then at that moment it will be best to take a deep breath and hold your breath for some time and see what happens. And resume your meditation. If then too your thoughts are disturbing, open your eyes for a few seconds and close again gently. See what happens. Or if it is still overwhelming, then take up some nice book, read a passage or two, something that can remind you of divinity, something that reminds you of humanity, something that can remind you of love, compassion, and then resume meditation. Loving attitude, open mindedness, joyful state, all this make our meditations very fruitful, very effective, very, I would say, contentful. If you're angry and try to meditate, see what happens at that time. Immediately after you're angry, try to meditate. Will that meditation be deep? Per contra, if you are so much in love, so happy, so joyful, and at that time you end up meditating, we slowly realize that yes, having a particular attitude prior to starting meditation can help us a long way. An outcome of meditation, each time we have a different attitude, will be different. So we slowly understand that certain attitudes are good to have, certain attitudes are worth ignoring, worth denying. Most important attitude that comes to mind is this: that my Lord, whatsoever it be, I am here to experience your presence. That's all. This is, I found to be the best attitude.